Sup gamers, and welcome to one of 8 insanely in-depth mythic firefight guides. This one is for Temple. I played around 100 firefight games so far to try to get every single round possible for every single map, so I can make the ultimate guide. All of my 8 videos will focus on each of the 8 maps. I'll give a guide for every single possible round. For this map in particular, Temple, we are going to be looking at 23 rounds in total, 5 different rounds for each rounds 1 through 4, and then 3 rounds for round 5. Basically, I'm going to walk you through every single possible round and everything else in between, so that you'll always know where to be in the map and how to get through the round the quickest. Now that the explaining is out of the way, let's get right into it. As I said before, there are 5 different round 1s. The list is as follows. 1. 2 soldier bosses in the green orb on the hill. 2. Kill 100 crawlers. 3. Kill 2 serpent hunter bosses. 4. Defend the armory. And 5. Kill grunts. For the round with 2 soldiers on the hill and the green orb, if you're going for speed, run up and back smack them if you want to try to get 3 wrecks before round 2 starts so you can get a ghost out, then stay back, kill crawlers, and if your teammates try to splatter them or back smack them, then just make sure you get a shot on them before they actually do that so you get credit on them. For the round with 100 crawlers, I always suggest to camp around the big rock. Always be moving and running around shooting crawlers, but just stay in that general area. For the round with 2 hunters, just kill all the grunts and elites and jackals and everything first, and then target the hunters. With 8 teammates all shooting at them, ground pounding them, Spartan charging them, they'll die very quickly. For the round where you defend the armory, it's going to be a slow one, but there's no way around it. Just try to get the most possible kills ASAP. Me being a solo player, I always camp up on the big rock, but if you don't have anyone down below around the armory, then you need to be. Someone's gotta be down there, and I'd recommend 4 people down there and 4 people up on the rock. For the round where you kill grunts, just like the crawlers round, stay up on the big rock and kill them as they spawn. It's a pretty quick round. Those are all of the 5 round 1s. Let's get on to round 2s. After every single round ends, always head to Temple and get to a rec station, so that you're ready to spawn anything you need to spawn. Here are all the possible round 2s. 1. Protect the 4 and a core in Temple. 2. 2 elite bosses. 3. 4 ghost scout bosses. 4. Kill 30 elites, and 5. Kill 30 soldiers. For the one where you protect the core, much like armory defense rounds, there's nothing you can do to speed it up except by killing enemies as fast as possible. Hang around Temple, and if you don't see any enemies, they will usually spawn in the following locations. Behind Temple on the bridge, right here on the left side of Temple, and over here on the right side of Temple. Always check these locations if you don't see any enemies anywhere. For the round where 2 elites spawn on the platform, if you're at Rex 3, whip out a ghost. Get up on it and then splatter them. If you're at Rec level 2, then either spawn a plasma pistol or just pick one up, charge it up and pop their shields, and get a headshot on the elites to end the round. For the round where 4 ghosts spawn around Temple, if you're at 3 Recs, get a plasma caster, or if you don't have a plasma caster, get a grenade launcher. If you have one of these, stay up top Temple and you'll get a shot on one. Let your plasma caster reticle turn red and charge it up so it'll lock on. If you have neither of these 2 guns, spawn a ghost and shoot the ghosts if it's clear. If it isn't clear, always kill any enemy in the way, and then shoot the ghost bosses. For the last 2 possible rounds for round 2, where you gotta kill either 30 soldiers or 30 elites, just get a ghost and splatter any enemy you can. These rounds both seem super slow because for more elites or soldiers to spawn, almost every enemy needs to be dead, even if they're not soldiers or elites. Hordes of enemies will spawn in the following locations: behind Temple on the bridge, to the left of Temple, and then to the right of Temple. If you're stuck, always make sure to check any of these locations. That's all for round 2, on to round 3. Again, after each round, always head to top Temple at a rec station and get ready to pull something out. Here are all the possible round 3s. 1. 2 warthog bosses that spawn bottom mid Temple. 2. 2 ghost bosses and a wraith boss. 3. 3 knight bosses inside of Temple. 4. Defend Temple. And 5. 2 phaeton bosses that spawn as soldiers, recon pilots. For the one where 2 hogs spawn, these hogs are literally weaker than actual warthogs. Whip out a laser, begin to charge it up before they even spawn. Make sure reticle is on one of their spawn warps, and it'll get insta-killed off spawn. Laser the other one if your teammates didn't already kill it. If you don't have a laser, a Scourge Fire is the next best thing, but try to use a laser if you can. It's so much better than a Scourge. For the one where 2 ghosts and a wraith spawns, again, get a laser. Get a shot on any of the bosses, and rinse and repeat. If you don't have that many lasers, then plasma casters, Scourge of Fires, and sentinel beams also work fine. If you have none of the above, then I suggest you uninstall Halo 5 being a If you have none of the above, an Ultra Ghost will do you well. If you happen to have 5 Recs, a Sword Wraith would be amazing for this round. For the round where there are 3 knight bosses, whip out a Scourge of Fire and be ready to shoot them off spawn. Charge it up on their spawn point and shoot it down before they even spawn, and if you time it right, you'll get damage done on them right off the bat. If you don't have 4 Recs, then a plasma caster is your next best bet. For the one where you gotta defend Temple, just chill around Temple, always be finding enemies to kill, and hope your teammates have above IQ 0 to do the same. Otherwise, it'll take a while. For the one where 2 soldiers spawn as recon pilots, get a speed boost, 2 if possible, and run over to this man cannon. Get on top of this platform, backsmack one as it spawns, run over to the other side, and backsmack the other soldier. Very quick and easy round. It's also very easy if you can get a Banshee to splatter them, but you gotta be quick, otherwise they'll get in their Phaetons and then you'll be history. That's all for the round 3s, on to the round 4s. As always, head to Temple to the Rec Station. Here are all the possible round 4s. 1, 4 Knight bosses around Temple. 2, 4 Banshee bosses. 3, 3 Mantis bosses. 4, 2 Grunt Goblin bosses. And 5, kill 20 Knights. For the one where 4 Knights spawn, get a Scourge of Fire. If you can't, get a Plasma Caster. If you have none of those, an Arclight or any rocket launcher variant will serve you well. For the one where 4 Banshees spawn and fly around Temple, always get a laser. If you can't, then Arclights are the next best bet. Then Binary Rifles, and then Sentinel Beams. For the one where 3 Mantises spawn, always get the best possible Wraith you can get. Don't get too close and make sure soldiers won't blast their light rifles at you. Always make sure the coast is clear. If you can't spawn a Wraith, then lasers are your next best bet. For the round where 2 Grunt Mechs spawn, always get a laser with a BR to blast their shields and pop the grunt on the inside. This round is always quick if people follow this tip. For the one where you gotta kill 20 Knights, always use any Wraith variant and stay on the front side of Temple. Now we're on the final round, all the possible round 5s. For round 5, either go to a Rec Station in home base, or Temple, whichever you're closer to. Here are all the possible final rounds. 1, 3 Elite bosses on the right side by home base, and then 4 Mythic Hunters in home base. 2, 3 Soldier bosses in Temple, and then 2 Mythic Knight bosses in a Mythic Warden. 3 Elite bosses on the Rock, a Banshee boss, and a Grunt Goblin. For the one where 3 Elite spawn around home base, always get a Banshee to splatter them ASAP. And then when the Hunters spawn, always use Wraiths for them, not tanks. Tanks will just get in each other's way inside of home base, and they won't get an angle on the Hunters to actually kill them in a timely manner. Wraiths are so much better for Hunter rounds. For the one where 3 Soldiers spawn in Temple, get a Banshee and splatter them as soon as possible. A Ghost will also work, however it's way more risky and you'll probably die trying. This is why I recommend a Banshee. Once the soldiers are dead, either get a Phaeton or a Wraith for the Knights. If you're targeting the Warden, then get a Scorpion. For the one where 3 Elite spawn up on the big rock, get a Banshee to splatter them off spawn. Then get out of the Banshee before you die and get a Halo 2 Beam Rifle Delta along with a BR to pop the Grunt's shield and shoot the Grunt in the head. If you have no Halo 2 Beam Rifle Deltas, then spawn a laser or twin jewels of Mathrillion. Always shoot any of the above guns at the Grunt's shield, not the actual Grunt Goblin, the Grunt's shield. Then once it pops, shoot the BR at the Grunt's head on the inside of the Grunt Mech for an instant takedown. So that sums it all up. I recommend taking a screenshot and keeping all of these images handy for whenever you play Temple, so that you have a little guide right in front of you so you know what to expect after each round. The next map I'll be doing is Prospect. I can't do any other map as of now because I do not have all of the possible rounds yet. It's taking forever. Map rotation is one thing, but round rotation is just as bad. Thanks for watching, peeps. I really appreciate it. I hope this was helpful.